Welcome back to another episode of Hyperation Sports. Today, we finally got a win as Broncos country. I'm so oh shit. Fuck. this is not okay. 3 turnovers in the game.
Finally.
This is Hyperation Sports. Let's get into it. I've officially bought in to all of the Broncos hype. Not that I was ever not a part of it. And if you're not part of it, then you should be. Philip Lindsay went for over 100 total yards and 1 touchdown in this last game, leading the Broncos to a 20-13 victory over the LA Chargers. What has this done? It's created momentum for the Broncos, I'll tell you that.
Very minimal momentum, but yes.
And, you know, we did lose Devontae Bosby due to a neck injury. And, warning, this may be brutal.
Take over on the takeaway. Eckler for 3. Austin Eckler.
Well, you see the physicalness right there. He just lowered his helmet. And I can tell you that Eckler, if you guys haven't seen him this year, playing out.
We're staying here in Arlington because the game has come to a stop between the Chargers and the Broncos. Oh, helmet to helmet, friendly fire. 2 Broncos collide, and Devontae Bosby got the worst of it. He is being carted off the field. Obvious concern by both teams on the play there. Game has come to a stop.
So Bosby got hit in the head by his own teammate, who actually ended up having a pretty good game. Alexander Johnson, I want to say is his name, and he had a pick. He stopped Austin Eckler from getting into the end zone on the last drive of the first half. And he also dropped an interception, which is it's fine, you know, it's fine. But speaking of the last drive of the first half, Kareem Jackson forced a fumble at the 1-yard line. That was some scary shit. And yeah, we have 3 takeaways now or turnovers in one game, and the defense has finally come out of its shell. I'll say that Malik Reed did perform pretty well. He had some pretty big tackles, some pretty big hurries. That is the undrafted rookie that is replacing Bradley Chubb's spot, and those are some pretty big shoes to fill, but I'd say he's off to a pretty good start. What do you think?
I think that you're saying momentum, and you're saying, oh wow, I beat the Chargers who were so great last year, but you also look at the Chargers and the amount of injuries. Now, even like they had 17 injuries before the game, and now even through the game, they even have a couple more. Like, you're talking about a pretty torn team, and not every single team in the NFL is a pretty torn team. I mean, maybe as the season goes on, yes, but you're going to be the exact same way. Like, you're already becoming super thin in the cornerback position, besides a couple of acquired pickups, but still, you know, I feel like it's more of a win that you needed to get, and that you more of had the chance to get than the Chargers had to win.
You know, we definitely needed it, because if we started the season 0-5, which Broncos have never done, we would have been.
I like how you tried to avoid cursing, now he's just embracing it.
It would have been straight.
I think it was early, and I think it still is, because my record prediction was either 4-12 or 2-14. I said. And so, we got half of the season done.
You know,
wins.
All I'm saying is my record prediction was 12-4, and we're 1 more win towards that. Let's go.
Let's see, against the who we played next?
We play the Titans next, which I will be at that game, and I'm going to be filming all of that. So keep your eyes out.
I look for another 200 yards rushing on the ground with
by
Henry.
Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
I say we stop the run. Broncos better because I put them in on my fantasy team.
I don't think you have the discipline when it comes to your defensive line to be able to, especially with Bradley Chubb out, to be able to stop Henry from breaching outside and being so elusive in his power too, also getting around the outside to stop his runs.
In our first win of the season, we held Melvin Gordon, first game back, ease him in, under 40 yards of production. Austin Eckler, he's been a beast this year. He had some touches, he had some yards, but we held him to no touchdowns, I want to say. So
you're talking about a guy.
We're moving up. We benched Adam Gostis, and we did, and we put Shelby Harris at defensive end instead. Worked out perfectly. I think Shelby Harris is a great run stuffer.
I feel like you're over exaggerating pushing power of Henry. You're talking about a guy who hasn't been running for a couple of games now, and he just came back for one of his first games and trying to get back into the motions and swing of it. He's not going to be running 300 yards on you his first day back. He's, and you're talking about a guy who just got benched and probably not, feeling good that some guy just took a starting job back from him. And even though he did pretty good and he's still trying to prove himself, he's not getting the same amount of reps as the guy who's just coming in and trying to get used to it. So I think it's going to be a very different situation when it comes to Henry, who's been playing most, if not all, of the games and getting almost all of the reps in order to, destroy defenses when it comes to the run.
So to talk about the pass game, like I did state earlier, we lost Devontae Bosby. Isaac Yadam is just not cutting it. He should get cut. And we are down to the nitty-gritty of our depth with Bryce Callahan out right now. And we needed an extra guy. So we picked up veteran Cody Sensabaugh. Played for the Steelers.
Titans.
Played for the Titans.
Rams.
Who were playing. So he's been around the league. I'm hoping that he will get in there and he'll get everyone rallied. He'll get that defense moving, get them pumped up with Chris Harris Jr. and Von Miller, of course, being veterans as well. And we can turn this season around, I'm hoping. So I guess we'll see. Any last thoughts?
It's good to be optimistic, but it's also good to be realistic.
I agree. 12-4.
4-12 or 2-14.
What do you think the Titans Broncos game? What's your game prediction?
Score-wise?
Score-wise.
I think it's going to be 30-14. Titans.
He's a hater, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not a hater. I'm just a big believer in Derrick Henry.
But here's what we're going to do. Cortland Sutton had a 70-yard game, or 70-yard touchdown in this last game. We'll play this right now. Boom.
On that last tackle, loss of 2. Flacco now down the field again, wide open target. There he is, Tony. Sutton breaks the tackle, and he's going to take it to the end zone for the touchdown.
Boom. And we're back. And it was amazing. And I can't wait for him to have another fire game with Phillip Lindsay in the backfield doing his thing. Here's his touchdown.
Second and goal, and Lindsay's in for the touchdown.
And I think that we're about to have a breakout game on offense. 24-14, that's my score prediction.
You don't think
Of course,
Mariota's
the Broncos win. Mariota, love the guy. Von Miller's going to get at least 2 sacks.
He doesn't want anything from a bot anyways. Got you, Hudson.
See you next time.